How's it going, everyone? Sethphir here, and welcome back to another Tower of Fantasy video. Today is going to be day 18 in the Ultimate Guide series, and we're going to keep these guides coming because you guys are loving them. So we have a bit of a breakdown today. We're going to talk about a little bit of some important news headlines, then we're going to get into our Speedrun daily checklist, followed by the extra daily checklist, and finally the After All That, which is going to contain the new and important stuff, so make sure to stick around for it because there are a lot of important things in the speedrun daily checklist and the extra daily checklist that we're going to need to maintain for the future. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The first thing I wanted to say was that Frontier Clash didn't reset on the cycle, so that's very awkward. We're still in the Volt resistance somehow. I don't know when this is going to change over, but it says it's supposed to do it daily, so it says enemy buff today, but we still have the same enemy buffs that we had from yesterday, so that's a little bit odd. The next thing that I have to say is that Artificial Island and 2.0 could be a little bit closer than you think. We got an update to the story today, and without spoiling anything, there's some little tidbits and secret hints towards that direction, so we'll get into that. Also, we have 10 free red nucleus coming to us today. That's going to be exciting. And then finally, an update on the Clotho supply pod. I know people have been talking about it quite a lot, so we'll go ahead and talk about that towards the end. So let's go ahead and jump into our speedrun daily checklist. And we'll try to do these a lot fast because I know that we are getting them done quickly now. We know the routine. So very fast, we have bounties. Make sure you're doing those every day. Every single day, your 4 bounties. Then we have the main story. I did not complete my main story yet because I'm holding it for tomorrow, and I think that you should do the same so that you can cash on the main story. However, when you do complete it, it will say, "To be continued," and it will take you and introduce you to a new boss, which will be very interesting, and a lot of story and plot development, which I will not spoil, but just keep in mind that is there. Next, we have runes. If you have any, there are no new ones, so make sure you save them for the following day. Same with your Mia's Kitchen. Just go ahead and cash in it today because you can't roll it over, but just make sure you're keeping on top of it and claiming it. Then we have Vitality. We do have a good update today for Vitality. The joint operation DEEPSEA Stronghold 6 is up, and you're going to want to do this because King Matrix is there and Crow Matrix, which are both really good legendary matrices, and then you can also get the pair of legendary pants, so if you target one today, this should be the one that you do for sure. After that, make sure you have killed your 2 world bosses for the Executor Training themed event so that you can get your currency for the store, and we'll talk a little bit about that later, as well as the Sea Breeze, the Summer Sea Breeze thing. And then once you have finally done all that, we have no level cap. So tomorrow you're going to be pushing for a new one at level 52. So keep that in mind, level 52 level cap tomorrow. So we're going to need to fill up that bar. And as you saw with the previous days, it's going to take a lot of experience. Luckily, you will have the story and some runes staved up, so it shouldn't be too bad. But it will definitely be a bit of a chunk. And I know a lot of you had probably had to grind treasure chests for the first time yesterday. And trust me, you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. All right, extra daily checklist. Let's go ahead and speed through. Make sure you have done your training. I had hunting and memory today. Quite fun ones. I really enjoyed this memory one, so that was nice. Once you have done that, make sure you go to the map and check out the black market. Go for Hopkins. Make sure you go ahead and pick him up for the daily gift, as well as Cetus Island for the claw machine. Once you have done all of those things, go ahead and head to Hykros, do your machine part route, and go around in that circle. And then use those machine parts to maintain your vehicle. That's going to be very important. Once you have maintained your vehicle, go ahead and head up to the shop section and check out the hot area and claim your vitality solutions however much you want, depending on if you're a free-to-play or a whale. So make sure you price that accordingly, and then claim your daily free box. That's going to be very important for you. Make sure you have capped on support points in the commissary for the day. So make sure you're getting towards getting your joint op chip, because we're on Saturday now. We're getting towards Sunday, so just keep in mind this reset's coming, so you want to get these black nucleus and all the other stuff that you want to get for the weekends. And then once you've done all that, farm your elemental ores out in the wild. So if you see like those red things, those purple ones and the blue ones, go ahead and hit them with the right element and collect that. Now that we have talked about all those things, let's talk about the important stuff. There is no reset on the Frontier Clash. That's killing me. So I think that the best course of action is to wait, because we need this to not be Volt Resist. If this is not Volt Resist, we can probably get a little bit higher. I think right now we were able to carry 2 people on the stream, which wasn't too bad. We were able to get them 2 chests. but it's a little difficult to get anything beyond that. I think whale groups are getting 3 chests right now. Maybe you could squeeze out 4 if you had the ultimate team of the ultimate players. It might be possible, I don't know, but it's really hard with this Volt resist right now. So we're waiting for that to cycle over before we spend our attempts, but make sure you're not cats. So you should be hopefully 2 out of 3, and we're waiting on that to change over. Hopefully it updates later on today, but we don't know. It's supposed to cycle daily. Next, we have the 10 free red nucleus that we were talking about. You just head over to the supply run, and since it is day 6, you will be able to claim your 10 free red nucleus, which are really nice. I love this part of the executor training thing, so this extra bonus supply run has been very generous to us. Getting 400 dark crystals and 10 red rolls is definitely nice, and I hope the developers keep up these style of events. Once we have talked about that, let's definitely dive into that executor training, because the shop will be ending in about 2 days. You can see that it's got 2 days, 11 hours remaining. So make sure you have collecting your stuff. You're getting closer to being able to buy everything in the shop. So make sure that you go through and you purchase and you have spent and capped out your points each day. We should get 1,000 more today. So I'm going to start working on my crystal chunks next. I'm going to get all that going, and that should be good. But in addition to that ending, the Summer Sea Breeze Gacha will be ending. So if you want that swimsuit, this is going to be your last chance for the next day or 2. So just be aware that this is ending soon if you want those rewards inside of there. That's going to be up to you whether you do or do not. So you can make your own judgment and decide if that's worth it. Once those things are covered, I did want to talk about September 1st, because since those events are going to be ending, we will have new events on September 1st, including Frigg as well. We're going to have Frigg, and then Frigg will also have a special event that will go live with Frigg. So that'll be good to keep an eye out for. So I'm excited for new events. Hopefully it gives out a bunch of good stuff, and I would definitely love to see some nice currencies coming our way, especially with the state that Frigg's in, and for a lot of other reasons. I definitely think that we should probably get some free rolls, right? Free rolls, guys, let's go. And after that, we're going to go ahead and talk about the Clotho supply pod. So if you take a look at that, we are on the 80% discount right now. If you don't know about that, if you buy the 80% discount, it will reset earlier than other people's Clotho supply pod, allowing you to essentially gain a purchase of 1 additional thing for 900 dark crystals every month. That's what it boils down to. So if you're okay with spending 900 dark crystals on a 10 pull for Matrix or a 10 pull for the free or the gold nucleus, then you can go ahead and do that. But I'd say that's more for whales, to be honest. If you're not looking for that, then just let it go to free. And I think here pretty soon, especially when we start getting 2.0, we're probably going to ignore this and just let it go to free, mostly because some of these things won't be as strong. But for me today, I'm going to purchase this Clotho supply pod because I do need matrices, and that is a nice one. So I'm probably leaning more towards a matrice purchase and less towards the gold nucleus purchase. Once you have done that, I do have an update on the gold gear and the purple gear. So since we have the ability to buy stuff with gold currency right now, I would probably be waiting till you get towards the handguards. When you get towards the gloves, that's going to be your best route. So that'll be level 56. It's going to be a while, but the gloves are one of the most important gear pieces because they can roll crit, attack, and elemental attack. So you want to make sure that you get that trifecta on your gloves. The gloves are very important, as well as the boots. The boots are nice because they can do the same thing. The only reason the gloves are better is because they have built-in crit on their actual piece. So make sure you get gloves first, and once you got that, then you could roll between gloves and boots to try to get a good pair that actually has the right stats that you need, because that's going to power you up quite a lot. Then we have purple dust. So yes, you can use your purple dust right now to get some purple gear, but since you don't have very much gold gear, you're probably not melding purple gear into gold gear. So I would say hold your purple dust a little bit, because it does look like we're getting fast tracked a little bit for Artificial Island and 2.0 Vera. So when that happens, you're going to be able to buy crystal chunks. I think it's like 3 of them for like 1 purple dust. So it's going to be a little bit better of an experience gain. So you can hold your purple dust for when that happens. Then, once we have all that, I did want to put out a reminder for the Void Boss. Today is the Frankenstein guy. I don't know his name. Let's maybe check and see what his name is. Aberrant Franken. Okay, pretty close. Frankenstein guy, Aberrant Franken. So you can get a kill on him today if you want. Make sure you get him for your collection for the dark crystals and the 10 free gold nucleus. Sorry, but that will be something to check in. You can even assist if you don't have any attempts, so you can still go in and get credit for that. And then finally, we'll issue once again the PvP reminder. The Apex League is going to be resetting when Frigg comes out on September 1st. Pretty soon, couple days here, guys. So make sure you're satisfied with your rank. Make sure you're getting the rewards that you want to get. And if you're going to push, now would be the time to do so. All right, that's going to be it for this one. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, hit the bell, all of that good stuff if you enjoyed this content. And as always, continue working towards your long-term goals, like your achievements and your mounts and all that stuff, because it'll be good to get out of the way before we start getting into the 2.0 and, you know, Artificial Island and all that stuff, because once that stuff starts coming, you're going to have tons of new things to do. And trust me, it's going to be a bit wild, right? It's definitely going to be a bit wild. All right, thanks for watching as always, and we will catch you in the next video.